Clark County Today is presented by Connell Real Estate. Hire an agent, get a team. Learn more by visiting connellrealestate.com.
Hi everyone, Jacob Granneman here with your Tuesday night edition of the Clark County Today update. In a move that was largely expected, Washington Governor Jay Inslee today announced a 3-week extension of restrictions put in place last month due to the rising cases of COVID-19 in the state. The ban on social gatherings, indoor dining, gyms, and movie theaters will now continue at least through January 4th of next year. While early data is promising that Thanksgiving gatherings may not lead to a massive spike in new cases here, hospitalizations are continuing to increase. Currently, 80% of the state's ICU beds are full, nearly a quarter of those by someone with COVID-19, and there are concerns that the state's healthcare systems could be overwhelmed by the end of the year if current trends continue. The governor also said the state is spending another $50 million to help businesses directly impacted by the closures, bringing the latest round of grant funding to $100 million. Applications are due by December 11th for grants up to $20,000. For details on how to apply and whether your business might qualify, check our full story at clarkcountytoday.com. Clark County Public Health is still running behind on posting daily COVID-19 numbers as they transition to a new database. Those same issues caused the State Department of Health on Monday to report nearly 7,000 new cases. That represented a backlog of cases reported since late last week, as well as 1,800 cases that may be duplicates and need to be verified. Once new daily numbers are posted, we'll be sure to share them on our Clark County Today Facebook page. A plan to make major changes to the City of Vancouver's multifamily tax exemption program has been tabled, at least for now. The program allows developers to write off property taxes for up to 12 years in exchange for including a certain number of housing units that qualify as affordable. Several members of the City Council recently proposed changing the formula for what qualifies as affordable housing to use the Vancouver median income of just under $65,000 versus the Portland area median income of $92,000. After hearing from developers, 5 of the 7 council members decided to delay a decision until the potential impacts of the change could be more fully explored. Developers noted that Vancouver's sales tax on construction projects makes the area more expensive to build in, and changing the formula for affordable housing in costly downtown developments could prompt them to look elsewhere. No date for revisiting the multifamily tax exemption changes was set at Monday's meeting. Clark County Community Services is partnering up with the Vancouver Housing Authority and the City of Vancouver to open a new shelter for people who are unhoused. All 3 will contribute funds to the project, and Clark County Community Services will oversee a contract with a yet-to-be-determined nonprofit service provider for the day-to-day operations. VHA is working on finding a site for the shelter, while Clark County Community Services has put out a request for possible operators. The application is open until the 1st of the new year. A joint review committee will provide a recommendation for an operator in late January. The goal is for a single operator to be selected and ready to go at a site beginning in late February or early March. The shelter will operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and will be non-congregate, meaning households utilizing the shelter will have their own room and restroom facilities, a feature seen as very valuable during the pandemic. The shelter's funding will come from a variety of state, federal, and local sources, and once those funds are used up, which is anticipated after 2 to 3 years, VHA plans to convert the facility to affordable housing for the community. The City of Camas approved a 2-year, $170 million budget Monday night. It included a 1% property tax increase approved last month. The plan also allows the Camas-Washougal Fire Department to hire 4 additional firefighters, 2 next year and 2 the following year. This comes in spite of Washougal being unable to fully fund existing fire positions for the second year. Last month, several councilors expressed strong reservations about hiring at the fire department until the funding issues with Washougal were resolved. Separately, the city agreed to acquire 115 acres of property on Green Mountain in a deal several councilors called too good to be true. The seller will donate 60 acres to the city by the end of December. The city will then purchase the remaining 55 acres for $3.8 million no later than October of 2021. This will be the second major land acquisition by Camas in this year. Go to clarkcountytoday.com to read the full story. Paul Valencia went on a little Christmas shopping at area game stores. No, not video games, traditional tabletop games. They're a hot item this year as families are staying home more. Here's Paul, who visited Dice Age Games and Batcave Games.
We visited with a couple of local game stores, asking what's hot this holiday season. Roy Starkweather of Dice Age Games said that's always an interesting question. And Chris Hagee of Bat Cave Games said many people are finding love in the old classics. Some call them board games or tabletop games. Then there are card games. There is something for everyone. And the best thing about these games, the experts say, they bring people together. Face-to-face games, Starkweather said. No electronic devices needed.
So today we're checking out what's in the store and what's hot and what's not. And that's always a good question in board games, because for the most part, what was hot last year is dead this year. Or as we like to say, your new favorite game fired your old favorite game, and now your old favorite game's up on a shelf. That's okay though, because there's always new stuff coming out all the time, and there's always new stuff to try and play.
I'm just going to talk about some of the hot stuff this year, which is the old stuff. With COVID being around and everybody being shut in, there hasn't been a whole lot of new grand games coming out. So everybody, now that they're at home connecting with their family again, especially in the holiday times, they're coming together and finding love in the old classics. Games such as Catan, Ticket to Ride, Splendor are all really flying off here. We're remembering what's most important to us. So board games, the tabletop experience has really come back this year.
There's a look at the stories we've got for you at clarkcountytoday.com. Be sure to check in with us on social media through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to see when stories are posted and be part of the conversation. You can also send us story ideas and feedback. Our email is news@clarkcountytoday.com. From all of us, thanks so much for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you again tomorrow.